Okay, can we talk about the psychic symbolism of these COVID variants? I see a lot of people have been making these connections on how we are using Greek letters to name these new COVID variants and how we measure our brain states, how we measure brain waves. For example, the delta state is when we're in that deep sleep, when we're in that REM sleep, in that dreamy state of sleep. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have the gamma waves, and that's when we're very active and we're very alert. So I do think there is a symbolism connected to the Delta variant. I feel like we've been collectively in this kind of dream state. We've been living in this dream, this everyone's a celebrity, constantly partying, mass consumption, mass consumerism, mass materialism. The world is a big fashion show dream. And I don't believe that dream is sustainable. So this COVID variant is kind of this COVID variant, this pandemic is kind of shaking us out of this deep sleep that we've been in. And which is correlating with this spiritual reawakening, this psychic reawakening that we're going through, right? We have the X eclipse, Ascension Gateway. We have the shifting from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And now we have these terms coming into our consciousness which reflect these states of being awake and asleep. I even look at how these terms came into our consciousness in starting in 2005 in the US. Since we had so many hurricanes in 2005, we had to switch to the Greek system and started naming hurricanes Hurricane Alpha and Beta and etc. And then that happened again in 2020 in the midst of this pandemic. And I think that's really this strong messaging, this strong signal um, about climate change and environmental degradation. And so we're almost being rocked out of our sleep. Everyone's like dreaming still where the pandemic is over, things are going back to normal, and this messaging, these events are telling us no, it's not. We're being shook and awake, which is why we're having this strong, virulent Delta variant where it's saying, no, we're not going back to normal. No, it's time to wake up from this deep sleep and see what we've been doing to each other and doing to the environment and how we've been living. So I don't think this is all baneful or punishment. I even know that there was a strong purpose for us being in this almost coma like state, this deep sleep. We can compare it to being in a cocoon. We were, and now the issue is now it's time for us to leave the cocoon, but we don't want to leave the cocoon. We have this fear programming, which is making us fearful to leave. It's new, it's different. We don't know what exactly all this means, so we're scared to leave the cocoon. We don't want to leave the dream, the constant states of euphoria. Everyone thinks they're 1 hour, 1 day away from being famous, of going viral. So we don't want to leave the dream. We don't want to leave the cocoon, but it's time for us to embrace this spiritual reawakening, this psychic reawakening, this cosmic transformation, and to embrace our wings. But instead, a lot of us are still resisting and trying to stay in our cocoons. But the forces that be, the cosmic forces, these this Delta variant, this pandemic, these extreme weather is trying to call us and guide us out of this dream state we've been in, this cocoon that we've been in, because it knows we are ready to take flight.